Kijin hini karigiwi nachke wachefe winga wahanangshana. Hey everyone, I greet you all. It's me, Nachke. Welcome to this week's module of the Hoyt A program. Today we are going to be talking about waagax haja, which is to study, but it also can mean a few other things. So let's have a look at the PowerPoint here, and we've got waagax haja is to study. So this is a verb, and in this module, your learner will be able to talk about yourself studying. You'll be able to ask another about studying. You will be able to tell about someone else studying. And then you will know the difference between the words school, student, and to study. You're going to see something pretty exciting in this module. All right, so let's take a look at the verb waagax haja. Waagax haja means to study, or he, she, or it studies. That is the verb for third person. Waagax is paper, haja is to look at. And then we've got I study is waagax hacha, waagax hacha, and you study is waagax hashja, waagax hashja. You can see the difference. The one thing that changes is the verb haja, changes to hacha, changes to hashja. All right, so here it looks like somebody is doing some studying. All right, let's go through some sentences. So, hahe sarach waagax hachak janed. Hahe sarach waagax hachak janed. All right, so looking at the verb waagax hacha, who is going to be doing the studying? We know it's future tense because we've got jane at the end here. So we'll look up here, who is waagax hacha? It is I study. Hahe, you should know, is evening or nighttime. Sarach means long. So I'm going to study all night. So when you say hahe sarach, it pretty much means all night. Second sentence, waagax hashjak jeske. Waagax hashjak jeske. All right, who are we talking about? Let's look up in our box here. Waagax hashja is you study. And then remember, we were talking about the difference between kjene, kjeske. Okay, kjeske means has to or have to. So do you have to study? Is the question here. Waagax hashja kjeske. And then our third sentence is she has to study all night. All right. So our TSOV, our sentence structure is time, subject, object, verb. So we're going to start with all night. Now look in our previous sentences. What is all night? Go ahead and take a look there. And then she studies, the verb. Which one are we going to use? And then are we going to use kjene or kjeske? Hahe sarach waagax haja kjeske. Hahe sarach, all night. Waagax haja, she studies. Kjeske, has to. All righty, we've got some more studying happening here. So these are past tense sentences that we're going to cover. I already studied. I already did it. I'm not going to do it anymore. I already studied. So let's do verb. Verb first. So say I study. And then the word for already. Do you remember this one? Waagax hacha ginid. Gini is already. Waagax haja is I study. Gini, I already studied. All right. Did you study last night? All right, so last night we went over this. And then did you study? So it's a question. You're just going to put last night and then the you study. Hahe regi waagax hashja. Haheregi waagax. Did you study last night? You can put any time frame in there that you want. You could ask, did you already study? You would say waagax gini. And lastly, janane waagax. Janane waagax. I'll give you a second to figure that one out. Who are we talking about and what's the time frame? It's a statement sentence. He or she studied yesterday. Good job. All right. Now I told you in the beginning here that waagax haja can mean separate things. So here we have waagax hajara. Waagax hajara, and that means students. Okay. So the students want to learn. That's what it looks like in this picture. So to learn, to know, this is the verb hiperes. And then want, we've covered this one as well, is rogu. All right, so let's just pull this up. Waagax hajara hiperes rogu nang shana. Waagax hajara hiperes rogu nang shana. The students want to learn. See, we've got the waagax hajara, the students. Hiperes means to learn or to know. Rogu is the verb for want. Nang shana means they. And the students are done. The students are done. We know we're going to have a waagax hajara in there. And then I don't think we've covered this, the word to be done, but it is hokiship. Waagax hajara hokiship ireid. Waagax hajara hokiship ireid. And that means the ire on there, it means they. All right, and here we have a school. We've got waagax haja, again, we can use that word. Or we can say waagax haja hochi. I typically use waagax haja hochi when I'm talking about a school, just so that people, know that that's what I'm talking about. So I have to go to school. I have to go to school. How are we going to use this one? Now it's the have to. It's not going to, so that's going to make a difference on your ending. Okay. So here we've got waagax haja hochieja deik jayscape. Waagax haja hochieja deik jayscape. Waagax haja hochieja. I put an eja at the end to make it a location. Day means I go. Jayscape means I have to. And are you going to school today? Now this is not a have to, so the ending is going to be different than jayscape. And we're going to put a, instead of day, it's going to be you go. Hamte. Okay, so we started with today. Hamte. Waagax haja hochieja school. Sharek janed. Are you going to go? Hamte. Waagax haja hochieja sharek janed. Are you going to school today? Okay, and just to recap, we've got waagax haja is to study. Waagax hajara are students, and waagax haja hochi is school. Jegunkira nagapinigigi. All right. So that's what we have for this week. It's all about school because we know these kiddos are starting back to school this week, which is pretty exciting for students and for parents as well. If you have any questions, comments, let us know. We're always here to help. And again, check out our YouTube page, Ho-Chunk Academy. We've got plenty of learning resources on there. We will be Facebook Live with our eminent speakers on Wednesday at 11:05. And we will again be live on Thursday at 11:05 for some practice on what we learned today. So have a great day. Nagajige Honey Chakchawi. See you all again.